Neil, we're back at Leemark Engineering today for a different reason than last time. We've come to look at your new Matsuura MX520. Firstly, for our audience that haven't seen previous videos, tell us a little bit about your company.
Leemark Engineering was started 51 years ago. It's a family-run business. I do it with my two brothers. We've got an extremely talented team of people. We're mainly aerospace, AS9100, and we work for a lot of good aerospace companies, and we've been doing it for a very long time.
Is precision engineering getting any harder in your opinion?
Look, it's always interesting. We all love it, but it is getting more difficult. Prices are being pinched. It is getting difficult, yeah.
And very much the story today is about problem solving. You are a big Matsuura fan. You've had Matsuuras for how long?
41 years actually. We bought our first Matsuura in 1977.
And am I right in saying you were one of the first Matsuuras or the first Matsuura machines in the country?
I think we bought the second one that came into the UK. Yeah, my dad bought the second one.
Okay, so here we are a few decades on. You've invested in this 5-axis machine, which is the new MX520. How impressed have you been with this model since you've had it?
Look, this model is brilliant. What we do on it, you know, I was surprised really that how good it actually is. The price is good, and I wondered whether they were going to sort of have to make adjustments, you know, about the machine. But no, it's delivered every time.
That's a big thing, because when you're looking at the machine, Matsuuras are high-end machine tools. They've got that sort of premium end quality to them. And when you look at the 5-axis, you look at the price tag and you think, actually, you know, have they compromised in the build of this? But you would say that they certainly haven't. No,
definitely not. I mean, we're making components on there now, and we know we're making steel components on it. If they'd have made compromise at all, we'd have known by now. I think it's even better than what we've had before.
How long have you had the machine in?
Just over a year now.
All right, I mentioned problem solving. Let's pick up this component, because this was primarily one of your first successes on the machine, wasn't it? Can you explain what you did and what changed?
Well, we traditionally made this part on a Matsuura as well, but we used to bore the holes. These 3 bores, have got 18 micron limits with 16 finish on it, and we used to spend a lot of time boring them. We'd get them undersized and we'd have to hone them or hone them to get the finish. When we got the MX520, we actually put the Renishaw inspection package on it. So what we do, we probe the bores, make them or machine them up 0.1 undersized, probe the bores, the machine makes the adjustment, remachines them, and then re-inspects them afterwards, and we can now run this part on a night shift with unskilled labour. We're not having to adjust boring bars or doing any of that, so we get the part off finished correct every time.
And would you say, is that just down to the in-process measurement, or do you think that the way the machine's built, any control over growth and things like that is a factor as well?
Well, firstly the rigidity, obviously the tooling has to play a part, but we're milling these bores now. If the machine was rigid enough to mill them, you know, we wouldn't get the results we need. Yes. Secondly, you know, I mean, I think the way that it's built, the whole package works. It's not just the inspection part of it.
And when you looked at your other machines you've got from Matsuura, you do have 5-axis capability on those as well, don't you? Although they're slightly older machines, you've got 2-axis tables with the 3-axis configuration. Is there much of a difference between that and this machine?
There is a difference. You can see that things have moved on, but the fact that the whole 5-axis integrates together means that you get a much better part coming off, and you know, with the swing of the bed, you can get some different areas of the part as well.
And would you run this machine longer than a normal 1 shift a day?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this machine's been running 18 hours a day since we got it.
And what would be one of the most difficult and challenging materials you actually cut on here, Neil?
We use S144H, which is a hardened aerospace stainless steel. You know, and again, it just eats it up.
And what options came with the machine that you selected?
We went for the 12,000 RPM spindle because it's got that broad range of power, because we do steel and aluminium. We went for the 60 tools. I think you can get more than 60 tools now, but you can get 60 tools. But probably the most interesting option we went for, other than the Renishaw probing and the laser, is the side tables, because we put the side tables on. We've always done this at Leemark, but we basically do a part in a Lang vise and then move it to a 3-axis vise and finish it off. So we get finished components off all the time.
So next to the what we call the A-axis there in the tail, or the C-axis I should say, sorry, yeah. You've got another fixed vise which is doing your 6 face, you're finished off.
Yes, absolutely. The parts come off finished. So this part comes off finished. And it gives out that flexibility that if our customers, and we're an agile company, so our customers, sometimes this order here was for 90 off, I think, and we could, if requested, we could deliver 25 off early if required, because they're coming off finished.
And when you go home at night, I know sometimes you don't go home at night, or not very early anyway, are you confident that you're going to come in the morning to a completed part that meets all the requirements of your customers?
Absolutely. I mean, we run, as I said, 90 of these parts, and not one of them was scrapped at all throughout the whole run. And considering it isn't just the 18 micron limits in the bores, there's positional tolerances, and you get tool breakage, but not one of them was scrapped.
And do you need much support outside of when the machine's been installed here from Matsuura, or are you pretty competent in not needing that backup?
Well, I mean, when the first thing that I think that makes a difference when you do buy a Matsuura, you get installation, application, and after sales support. I think it's brilliant. I think it's phenomenal. That is, and I'll tell you one thing that a Matsuura doesn't do, and it doesn't break. Yeah, we've had that machine in here, and not once have we had to ring up or have a problem. That's the same with all our Matsuuras. And for a small engineering company, the last thing you want to do is have your machine break down, because that knocks onto the customer, and the last thing you want to do is start upsetting customers. So the Matsuuras, they can solve, if you ring them up, most of the problems, and they're usually problems that we've ingressed into them, are solved within an hour.
And how do you think they manage to produce a machine of this quality for the price tag?
I think those years of making machines from all those years and years ago, they clearly understand the market. They understand that there's an entrance level, 5-axis machine tools is required, and they understand the engineers that want to use them.
I can see an MX330 with a 10 pallet station in here soon. What do you reckon?
It wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, automation is the way to go. We're running that second shift, but for Leemark, we've got a business plan that does include automation.